Okay, so the Supreme Court refuses an Illinois assault weapons ban, just struck it down just straight up. So that's another big win for gun rights in the United States. They're trying to ban these assault weapons, and it's not going to work these days. Not anymore. We've got our gun rights, and we're doing pretty good with that. The EU is going to start talking to allow in Ukraine and Moldova into the EU. This is... I don't know what to think about this one, y'all. Let me know down in the comments what y'all think about that. Should they allow Ukraine and Moldova into the EU? I mean, how would that affect it? Would that really even affect anything? It might piss Putin off even more, but hey, that's what's going on with that. There's all kinds of crap going on all over the place today, but last night, Vivek Ramaswamy freaking nails it. CNN is whinging. The mainstream media is trying. They put out a story. Get this. They put out a story saying Vivek Ramaswamy was interrupting the lady. I forget her name right off. I'm sorry, guys. I forget her name, but said he was interrupting her. Now, I would suggest go watch the clip yourself. For one, you'll get a buttload of facts, and for two, you'll see how much they're lying, and you'll see why. This CNN reporter, she even says it twice. The clip I saw, I didn't watch the whole thing, guys. I just watched a little bit of it, but the clip I saw, she even said it twice. Once, she was like, I'm going to interrupt you now, and then a few minutes later, she's like, blah, blah, blah. She starts talking over and like, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm going to interrupt you now. Because Vivek Ramaswamy was dropping facts after facts after facts. She's like, where's your evidence that January 6th was an inside job? So he starts naming out evidence. There's evidence all over the place. There's a famous video, as a matter of fact, of, I think it's 4 or 5 Capitol police officers escorting Jacob Chansley, the QAnon shaman, escorting him all throughout the Capitol. There's your evidence right there. There's also evidence. There's a federal agent that's yelling, go, go, go. There's video of this guy yelling, go, go, go. We found out later that this was a federal agent. There's video. There's just all kinds of video. The Capitol Police shooting tear gas and rubber bullets into the crowd before they stormed the Capitol. There's tons of video. I showed a video not too long ago with cops just standing around, just letting people, fanning them into the building. Yeah, that's an inside job. Not everybody has to be involved for it to be an inside job, right? There doesn't have to be some major government conspiracy to have evidence of an inside job, but CNN doesn't want to believe it. They don't care. Don't know, don't care. That's their attitude. Don't care about the truth. That's what these mainstream propaganda machine is all about, and that's what I am here to counter. I am a counter mainstream propaganda narrative machine, I guess, because I am pumping out content. I'm trying to, guys. I got a day job, I work 10 hours a day, and then I come home and I do this. What's up, everybody? How the hell's your day going? I hope you're having a pretty good day. As you can see, I'm kind of fired up. Vivek always gets me fired up. Anytime we get to talk about Vivek, I get fired up because he drops these truth bombs, and the mainstream narrative machine doesn't know how to handle it. But, like I said, what's up, y'all? Hope you're having a pretty good day. If you're new around here, do me a big favor. Smash that subscribe button because you want to keep up to date with government news, mostly political stuff you're not going to hear about in the mainstream media. This is the place to be. I'll try to cover it. I know it's a niche market, in a sense, but I feel like we need to know what's going on in the government. We need to know what they're doing behind the scenes, and that's what I'm here for. So smash that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. I pop out videos every day, so you don't have to turn on the notifications, but it would be appreciated. They don't always send my videos out. You don't always see it come up in your feed. So, stop by every day. Hey, I'll pop out videos, like I said, every single day. Also, if you could, do me a big favor and smash that like button. I would take it as greatly appreciative. Thanks. Thank you for smashing that like button. It really is a big favor, and it helps with the algorithm, and it helps promote my videos so we can get the message out to more people to let them know what's going on in the government. Logical response. I try to give some logic behind what I say, so that's where it is. Logical response. Logic and political. Logical. There you go. But we got some stuff to get into today, folks, so check this out right quick. The government will always find a way. Congress approves short-term extension of warrantless surveillance powers. That's the FISA courts, the FISA warrants, the stuff they use to go after Donald Trump. It's supposed to be Foreign Intelligence Security Act or Surveillance Act, right? It says foreign. That's the F in FISA, right? But they use it to go after American citizens as well. This is one of the weapons that the government uses against the American people. And it's not very nice, and this is a big strike against Mike Johnson. I ain't gonna lie. Congress has approved a short-term extension of the nation's warrantless surveillance powers, punting to the new year a decision over how to reform the law. Included in the defense policy bill headed to the president's desk after approval by the House on Thursday is a measure that extends Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act until mid-April. Now, why is it only until mid-April? I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with Mike Johnson. If it was up to the Democrats and probably some of the Republicans as well, this would extend on indefinitely. The machine loves its tools to use against anybody and everybody that it needs to use its tool against. FISA allows the government to spy on foreigners located abroad, but Americans who communicate with those being surveilled have their information swept up in the searches, prompting agreement that reauthorization of the powers must come with reforms that limit documented abuse of the tool by the FBI. Yes, there is lots of documented abuse. I named off one. They went after Donald Trump. They used it. They lied on the FISA applications because of the Steele dossier, which was totally made up. So they made something up and then used that fake made-up story as evidence to get a warrant to go through Trump's phone calls and all of Trump's campaign agents, all of his employees running his campaign, search through all their phone calls and text messages and Twitter file feeds and all that stuff. They use this stuff to go after Americans, and they don't need much of foreign intelligence to go after Americans. Supposedly, they can't just tap your phone if you're not connecting to somebody that's not a citizen or of a foreign country, talking to somebody on the phone in India. I'm sure they could use that. One of these scam callers that call people. Use one of those calls to, oh, there we go, we need to spy on this person. While the National Defense Authorization Act's inclusion of FISA avoids an end-of-the-year expiration of the powers, it also extends an ongoing battle over whether the government should get a warrant before reviewing information it's already collected pertaining to Americans. And several conservative lawmakers voiced frustration over its inclusion in a must-pass bill. What is a must-pass bill? I have no idea. I've never heard of a must-pass bill. And I've been covering Congress pretty heavily for a pretty good little while now. The fact of the matter is what's being stated is it is impossible to oppose the National Defense Authorization Act because we put a pay raise in it or because we put something in there that is seemingly so important that we have to ignore the critical destruction of our civil liberties. That sounds like Chip Roy. by adding FISA extension right on the top of it without doing the forms necessary to protect the American people, said Rep. Chip Roy. I knew it. I knew it was Chip Roy. I can always tell. He words stuff in such a way that you can always point out what Chip Roy is saying. And if you didn't know, if you knew around here, Chip Roy is my favorite congressman. I would suggest to everybody, go look up some of Chip Roy's House floor speeches. They are simply amazing. Great entertainment. Plus, they're very informative as well. Chip Roy, who has argued a FISA reauthorization should be a standalone bill. I agree with that. We do this every year, he added. Still, the intelligence community praised the short-term extension as critical to national security. Yeah, you want to make that argument? You can make that argument. I wouldn't say it's critical to national security, but it does help those people with national security issues, right? We can all agree to that. It also invades the privacy of Americans, which we do have a constitution against that. I believe it's the Fourth Amendment. We are relieved and grateful that Congress recognizes that allowing Section 702 to lapse, even temporarily, would be catastrophic to U.S. national security and the safety of the American people. How? How would it be catastrophic? You mean to tell me that without spying on Americans, they can't do their job at all? It would be catastrophic? I mean, that's what catastrophic means, right? When you have a catastrophe like, I don't know, a hurricane, it totally destroys your house. So you mean to tell me without the ability to spy on Americans, the intelligence agencies can't do their job? I call bullshit on that. We cannot afford to be blinded to the many threats we face from foreign adversaries, including Iran and China, as well as terrorist organizations like Hamas and ISIS, Matthew Olson, Assistant Attorney General for the National Security Division, said in a statement. What does ISIS, Iran, Hamas have to do with the United States? You know what, Mr. Matthew Olson? If your boss, Mr. Biden, I'm not going to call him President Biden, I'm not even calling him Sleepy Joe. That's what we'll go with. How about that, folks? Sleepy Joe. Or Crooked Joe. Yeah, that's the new one. That's right. Crooked Joe. If Crooked Joe would do his damn job on that southern border, we would not have to worry about terrorists coming through our southern border. We wouldn't have to worry so much about terrorists coming into this country. Do your damn job, Crooked. We urge Congress to act swiftly in the new year to reauthorize this critical intelligence tool. Privacy rights groups, however, blasted the extension, making clear they will lobby again any reauthorization in 2024 that doesn't include a warrant for Section 702. These people are incredibly dangerous to the country. It's incredibly disheartening that Congress decided to extend an easily abused law with zero of the reforms needed to protect all of our privacy. As long as Section 702 is being used by the government to spy on Americans without a warrant, we will continue to fight this unconstitutional law and work with Congress to strengthen our Fourth Amendment protections against government surveillance, the American Civil Liberties Union said in a statement. That is right. So, like I said earlier, if you mean to tell me that it would be catastrophic to the national security branch of the government to search Americans' private phone calls, text messages without a warrant, that would be catastrophic. Is that what they're trying to tell us? It would be catastrophic when they could just get a warrant. They don't need much to get a warrant to spy on Americans, right? You would think they wouldn't need much, but from the sound of it, it's catastrophic to do that. It's a complete disaster to have to go through the proper channels and do everything right to be able to do your damn job. I call bullshit once again. That's all to that story. It's just crazy the lengths that the government will go, the machine, if you will, the lengths the machine will go to push its narrative forward, do its job, spy on Americans, arrest people
It's just getting crazy. The government is getting insane under Biden. People constantly call Trump an authoritarian. I saw a headline earlier where former Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, said Trump was an authoritarian narcissist. One of those I agree with. The other one, hey, I'll tell you what, if we have anybody in the comments that doesn't like Trump very much, and I know there's some of you guys out there that don't like Trump, and hey, look, I understand you don't like Trump. I'm not saying you're a bad person. Hey, I get it. But name me one thing Trump has done that is authoritarian. Go right ahead and put that down in the comments, because I'm going to come back with 10 different things that Joe Biden has done that is authoritarian. Just like this story we're talking about right now. Spying on Americans without warrants for no damn reason. That's right. It's supposed to be to spy on foreign people, foreigners, people not citizens. It's supposed to be used to surveil people that are in this country on a work visa or visiting here, whatever. It's supposed to be for that. If they're doing anything suspicious, or if they're, a suspected terrorist or whatever. That's what that is supposed to be for. Surveillance of people abroad, not surveillance of everyday Americans. And that's what they're doing with this. And that's why I say this is a strike against Mike Johnson. Now, I will give that he only authorized it for a short term. Why? I don't know. Why does Mike Johnson keep doing these little short terms? I understand why he did it with the budget stuff, right? There's not enough time to do all these appropriations bills. But why with this, when you know it's an unconstitutional act that was passed under a Democratic controlled House, a Democratic controlled Senate back in the day? Why? I don't know. But that's all I got for this one, folks. I want you guys, let me know down in the comments section what you think about all this. Should the FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, be continued? I mean, is this really that crucial to American intelligence agencies? Is it really that crucial to American intelligence agencies that we need to spy on Americans to say we're safe for national security? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Or is this just a bunch of BS? It's just a machine just trying to come after everybody that it can, and it's not going to rest. A paranoid machine, I guess, because they just want to spy on everybody. Damn it, I almost went through a whole video without saying f***. But, like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think about all this. And once again, like I said, if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button for me. Hopefully I've earned a subscription from you. And hit that like. It really does help out a lot. And I would implore everybody, please smash that like button for me. It's a big help. Thanks, everybody. And y'all try to have a good day and be positive. Peace.